All right, number 1, Gage wants to make a frame for a picture for his mom for Mother's Day. The picture is 9 inches wide and 14 inches long. How much wood will he need to buy to make a frame? So think about a frame. So let's say this is your picture. So where does a frame go? Well, a frame goes around the picture. So that would be perimeter. So you need your perimeter formula. It's a rectangle, so you're going to use length plus width plus length plus width. Write down what you know. You know that your frame is 9 inches wide, so your width is equal to 9 inches. And you know it's 14 inches long, so your length is equal to 14 inches. Substitute what you know in your formula. We don't know perimeter. Length is 14, width is 9. And then you work out your problem. We know 14 plus 9 is 23. So perimeter is equal to 23 plus 23, which is 46, and it would be inches. I'm going to work through these quickly because you guys should just be checking your work. So at any point, if you need to pause the video so you can slow it down, you can, or you may rewind it if you need to. All right, so number 2, Avery's painting a wall in her bedroom, and it tells us that each paint can covers 100 square feet. And her room, the wall is 12 feet by 10 feet, so we know you can pick either one for the length and the width. It doesn't matter which way you do it. I'm just going to pick 12 as the length and 10 as the width. And so if I were to paint the wall, it even says area. So you need to know the formula for area of a rectangle is length times width. And then substitute what you know into your formula. First, they want to know what is the area of the wall. So area would be equal to 12 times 10. Multiply 12 times 10. Anytime you multiply by 10, you write down the number, and then you're moving that decimal over one place to the right, so it's 120. And area is always squared, so it's feet with the little 2 after the word or the abbreviation for feet. Now that's only the answer to the first question. The second question says, how many gallons of paint will she need to buy? Well, we know 1 gallon covers 100 square feet. And so we need 120 square feet, so 1 gallon would not be enough. So another can would give us 2 gallons. And if 1 gallon covers 100 square feet, then 2 gallons would cover 200 square feet. 2 cans would be enough. I would have some extra, but 1 can is not enough. So she needs 2 cans or gallons of paint. Number 3, make sure that you answer the questions that are being asked in the problem, okay? All right, number 3, so Tyler and his dad built a doghouse, and sorry, not that problem. So they're building a fence around the garden to keep the dog out. And so think about a fence. Fence would be perimeter. And the garden is 21 feet wide. And it is 28 feet long. And perimeter formula is length plus width plus length plus width. So substitute in the things that you know. We don't know the perimeter. And addition is commutative. So you can change the order. You can add these up in any order. I like to just put these together, and then I already know what these two add up to be. So 28 plus 21 is 49. And then when you add those two together, you get 98 feet for the perimeter. But the question asks me how many fence panels will they need to buy? Well, each fence panel is 7 feet long, and I need 98 feet. So how many times do I need 7 feet to get to 98 feet? So I need to divide. If you don't have enough room to divide going down, you can always turn your paper sideways and write your problem, and it'll give you a little bit more space. I think I can fit 98 divided by 7 right here. So I'm going to use my same steps. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? I'm going to divide. How many times will 7 go into 9? 1 times 7. Then you subtract. 9 minus 7 is 2. Bring down your 8. 2 is smaller than 7, so I brought it down. It goes in there 4 times. And so I need 14 panels of fence. All right, so Taylor has a rug and they want to know the length of her rug. And they tell us that the area is 115 square feet and the width is 5 feet. So I'm going to write down what I know. And since they gave me the area, I'm going to use the area formula to find the missing part. I don't know my length. So then I'm going to do 115 is equal to length times 5. And the opposite of multiplication is division, so this is where I would turn my paper sideways if I needed to. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? 5 goes into 11 2 times. And I have 1 left over. Bring down the 5. And it goes in there 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15, and I have nothing left over. So that leaves me with my length is equal to 23, and it would be feet. It's on freeze. All right, number 5. Jesse wants to put a border around his room. So border would go around the outside edge, so that would be perimeter. He needs 52 feet to go all the way around the room, so that means the perimeter is 52 feet. And we know that it's 12 feet long, and they want us to find the width. So I'm going to use my formula, P equals L plus W plus L plus W. It's supposed to be a 12. So I know 12 and 12 makes 24. So remember, this is like the whole part, the whole thing, and this is a part, and this is a part. So if I have a part and I'm trying to find the missing part, I can use the whole amount and subtract the part that I have. So I can take the 52 and subtract 24, and that will tell me how much I need for my 2 W's. Always subtract going down. We got to borrow. Again, I'm working through this really fast. This video program only allows me a certain amount of time for my videos, and you should just be checking your work. And you can pause it at any time if you need to. So 2 widths makes 28, and since it's 2 of the exact same things put together to make 28, I can take 28 and divide it by 2 to find 1 width, and 28 divided by 2 is 14. So my width is equal to 14, and it would be feet. 28 divided by 2 is 14. All right, so we have a rectangle. It has an area of 117, and we know the width is 9 inches, and they want to know the length. So write down what you know. And then you can use that to find the missing part. You're going to use your formula. It's the area formula because they give us the area. It wouldn't do me any good to use the perimeter formula on this because I don't know my perimeter. I'd have 2 missing parts. I'd have the perimeter missing and the length missing. And the opposite of multiplying here is dividing, so you would do 117 divided by 9. 2 is smaller than 9, so bring down your 7, goes in there 3 times. So that tells me that my length is equal to 13, and it would be inches. Only area is squared, length would not be squared. This time they give us the perimeter and the length, and we have to find the width. So I'm going to use my formula, perimeter equals length plus width plus length plus width. We know that the perimeter is 60 and our length is 18, so you're going to substitute in the things that you know. And when I put my two 18s together, 18 plus 18 is 36. And then I'm going to subtract the 36 from 60, and that will tell me how much it is for both W's. So 2 W's is equal to 24, so then I would have to take 24 and divide it by 2. And multiplication facts, I can think 2 times what makes 24, and it's 12. So 1 width is equal to 12, and it would be meters. Only area is squared, width is not squared. All right, you would do the same thing For this one, they give you the length of the side of a square. Well, you have to know that a square has all four sides the same. So if one side is 17, then all the sides are 17. And to find the area of a square, it's side times side. You can also think of it as length times width, just where your length and width are the exact same. So I need to do 17 times 17. So it would be 289, and it's inches, and it is a area, so it would be squared. Okay, they tell us the length and the width, and we have to find the area of the backyard. Write down your formula. Area equals length times width. My length is 48, and my width is 52. So then I'm going to have to multiply those two numbers. And so my area is 2,496, and it would be square feet. Area is always squared. All right. So this one, it even says your answer on number 9 will help. So we've got a backyard, and it's 48 by 52. And then inside that backyard, we have a swimming pool that is 20 by 30. And they want to know how much of the yard is not covered by the swimming pool. So they're looking for this area out here. So you have to find the area of the entire yard and the area of the pool, and then subtract the pool from the yard. And it says your answer on number 9 will help you. We've already found this area because it's the same as number 9. So I already know the area of the yard. So I just need to find the area of the pool. And that would be 20 times 30. And 2 times 3 is 6. And then remember, you add the 0 for the 20 and the 0 for the 30. So the area of the pool is 600. And I want to subtract that from the yard. So I'm going to do the whole thing minus the pool. And that's going to tell me the part that doesn't have the pool. And again, you have to borrow. So it'd be 1,896. And you're still finding area, so it would be square feet. And you can write it SQFT, or you can put the FT with a little 2 at the end. All right, so Hudson's dog keeps getting out of the yard, and they need to replace the fence on that side. It's shaped like a rectangle, and they tell us the perimeter, and they tell us the width. And they're telling us that the dog is getting out on the longer side of the yard, and they only need to replace that one side of the fence, so we've got to find the length. So we would use the same formula for perimeter. Substitute in the things that you know. Put the things that you do know together, so I can put the 35 and 35 together. That makes 70. Oops, I said 30 and I mean 70 and wrote 30. And that's equal to 170. And then you've got to, excuse that, I'm getting in a rush. That's the length and the length. Sorry. So then you need to subtract your perimeter minus your widths put together. 170 minus 70 is 100. And that's equal to length plus length. And 2 lengths makes 100, so I need to take 100 and divide it by 2. And that makes 50. So 1 length is equal to 50, and it would be feet. All right, so the square bedroom has sides that are 14 feet long, and they need carpet. So think about where carpet would go. Carpet covers the area. This may cut me off at 15 minutes, so we may run out of time. So we would have to, area is equal to length times width, or side times side. So it would be 14 times 14. And when you multiply that out, you get 196 square feet. All right, so think about where weed killer would go. It would go over the entire yard, so that would be area. So I can say that length is 12 and width is 14. This may cut me off. We'll see.